Yes.
Now, let's revisit our expectations up there in the front of the room. During Socratic circles, we have no yelling. We respect each other. One person talks at a time. And what do we do when the first question's thrown out?
And wait.
We wait, and everybody writes it down. All right, so when you're ready, circle.
Can I ask the first question? Shoot. Would too much curiosity only hinder us or benefit us?
With too much curiosity.
Hinder
Only
us,
or benefit us?
benefit us. Does too much curiosity hinder us or benefit us? Why are you putting that question on the front?
I think it's a little bit of both, because too much curiosity, you can be looking for something and find what you might not want to find, but sometimes it can benefit you because if you look at something and you think it's what it is, and it might be that, it might be right.
I think it kind of more benefits you because when you don't go to what your curiosity is, like, if you go into your curiosity and you may find something that was always there for you, or like you might find something good and maybe something bad, but the bad may lead up to something good. Does that make sense?
I think it kind of hinders us. I mean, you don't have to know everything about everyone and everything. There's some skeletons in the closet that are just best left alone. You see a dog sleeping, you don't just go up to it and pet it. That dog's first response will probably be to bite you. He doesn't know who you are.
Can you define exactly what you're saying by hinder?
Like, would it hurt us? Would it hurt other people if we like went snooping around? Or, like, it's just what we just don't know. Like, say if you're with someone and they have a secret and you like really try to pry into it, you'll wind up finding out something that you wish you were better off without knowing. That makes sense.
Back to the text.
Huh?
Tie it back to text.
New question.
Well, I mean, you know how Lockwood stayed the night in that, was it like the library or was it just like a server with books in it? He was staying the night in that library and he was like looking at all the names. And one of them shook his interest that it came up in his dream. Like, because the hand in the window, there's supposed to be something else. He was figuring out stuff about the house that Heath lived in and wanted to know about. And I guess he was just feeling bad because he knew he wasn't supposed to go through it. He just didn't do it.
Well, if nobody else can talk. My question is, what do you think the author's point of using multiple people to narrate the story instead of using, was it third person on this point of view? What do you think the author's point of that was?
I think more of his point of it was to get everybody's outlook on it. If one person's telling the story first, you can see where they're coming from, and then if another person turns around and either finishes that story or retells it, then you can tell, you can get both sides from it. And then if it has multiple, you can get, see which one you can relate to.
I think he did it because he wanted you to fully understand the story, like the different sides. If you hear one person's side of the story, that's the only point you see. Like you don't understand where the other person is coming from, like they did it. So Emily, I guess, wants you to see what's her name? Who's telling the nanny lady? Nellie. He wants you to see Nellie's story, Nellie's view of like Heathcliff and all them, and then in the first 2 chapters, Lockwood's telling you the story, so he wants you to see Lockwood, then he wants you to see Nellie, so he wants you to see both sides of the story.
I don't know if I worded it correctly, but I've asked, does the book show, does the book themes show any sign of reality? Like, does anything that goes on in that book show or demonstrate something that happens in our day and time? If that makes sense.
Yes, within the emotional parts of it. Once they start to get emotionally involved, it starts to define what we kind of have in our society today. Just how a woman may feel towards who she's already with and towards another man in the same way for me.
Are you talking about Heathcliff and Catherine?
Yes.
Their little situation?
Mhm.
Because how she went over to the man, I don't remember their names, it was Lincolns. She went over to their manor, and she stayed there for a little while to heal up. And she came back all more ladylike, and Heathcliff took it as like, well, since she's so ladylike now, she probably doesn't want nothing to do with me. Like, it was sort of depressed, and that's sort of trials and what you're talking about.
Yes and no, because in that part, that more doesn't seem like reality. Because in a way, if she's more ladylike now, that would probably attract him.
Yeah, but Heathcliff at this time, he was just like he was like lower class. He wasn't fancy like she was, and she probably wanted to go after it more fancy than. But that's what he had in his concept. That's also why we get multiple views to the story, like our question, multiple sections of the story. Because Catherine, we found out, still actually did like Heathcliff. He just didn't know it. That kind of helps us fill in small details of the story of what the characters were thinking.
So, in a sense, he was short selling himself.
That kind of leads into one of my questions.
This is dead.
I was asked, shut up. Do you think, like, different type of emotions get into your way, or some, like, different signals?
What's your question?
I said, do you think emotions can get in your way, or send different mixed signals? Like how, like that?
Teenager would know about sending mixed signals.
Yes.
That was
Because-
a sarcasm.
Well, I'm saying like what Josh was just talking about, how he kind of sold himself. Like how do you think that made her feel? Like because he's thinking she's higher than him, or he's thinking she's higher than him.
I don't per se know exactly what she was thinking at all, but I could say that she was probably feeling either like she wasn't good enough anymore because now he's just kind of like backing out, or she feels like she's doing too much. Now she has to change who I don't know.
Can y'all speak up a little?
I think,
Sorry, it is starting to get hard to hear you.
I think that, I believe that his feelings of short selling himself made her feel like she had to, maybe, because I don't really know, like, you can't really tell what she was feeling, but I think maybe him short selling himself made her feel like she needs to short sell herself, because I mean, like Josh said, she still wanted him, he just didn't feel like she wanted, hold on. She still wanted him, he just didn't feel like she still wanted him. He didn't feel it, she felt feelings. Oh my God. She felt feelings that he didn't feel anymore. That's pretty much what I'm saying. So, I mean, forget it. This goes.
No. I know what you're saying.
Oh
He
my
still
God.
feels for her, but he just can't get it out anymore because he feels like
Yeah.
it's not meant to be anymore.
Right.
Just say that. It's not meant to be anymore.
Man, look, man, I
He
was
said,
trying
she
to,
said.
I was trying to
It sounds
get it out
selfish,
there.
or it's
I
like
was trying to spread it out.
But the reason he feels like that is because it's the atmosphere that he's just got suddenly introduced to. I mean, Kathy comes back all sophisticated and ladylike, and here comes Edgar Layton. You know, he's like, the dream man that every chick wants, and he sees them two together, and he's like, wow, they look really happy together.
Okay,
He feels,
so what you just said, do you feel like that happens now? Do you feel like one of the sexes, you know,
Repetition.
okay, what I'm saying is, before, some of you just saying, I had a good one. Do you feel like that sometimes the male or the female short sells themselves in reality, as far as a relationship goes? Do you feel like that sometimes the man doesn't feel as equals to the woman, or the woman doesn't feel as equal to the man? Do you feel like that happens in today's reality?
I think like when it's the early stages of a relationship, the man feels less than the woman. He's all like, wow, I can't believe she's going out with a guy like me, or sometimes like, oh, I'm not good enough for her, she can do better, just stuff like that. Then later on, I guess the woman would sometimes feel like, wow, I can't believe like he ever married me. I mean, what does he see in me? Like, I don't want to bring this up, but like, you know when women get pregnant, sometimes they feel so like
So he's down on themselves.
just like
He knocked you up, didn't he?
Yeah, but just because they do the deed doesn't mean he's gonna be there when the king.
See, honestly, I feel like it's always the man short selling himself, because like I'm telling you, I feel this way. I feel very strongly about this subject, because I feel like it's always the woman making the man feel less of
Wuthering
himself.
Heights.
Man, forget Wuthering Heights. I feel like it's the woman making the man short sell himself, because I mean I've seen it in my family relationships and other people's relationships. It's always the man that's down on himself. If something happens, it's the man's fault. If it's an argument, the man has to take the blame for it. If money ain't coming in, the man ain't providing for it, the woman.
Don't make it an argument, because you already know we're gonna come back
But
with
I'm
it.
saying though,
Next.
it's the truth. Ain't no next. Ain't no next. Ain't no next.
It is an X. Bye. Okay, bye.
Time out's going. Time out.
This relates to Captain Heathcliff.
Time out. Time out. Just like a coach, I'm going to call a time out, and I'm going to ask that when we talk about level 3 questions, which are great questions when we tie it into our own lives, that we always remember to tie it again back to the text. Because the purpose is to relate the text to our real lives. Okay? Alright, time out over.
Okay, back to it. Okay, so like I was saying, in this case, the man short selling himself. Heathcliff didn't feel like he was up to the level of Captain anymore. That's my point. Example. That's my point. In reality, the man it's like the man always short selling himself. If something goes wrong, it's the man's fault. If this ain't right, it's the man's fault. And that's why ain't no girl hit me back yet, because the girl knows the truth. If you arguing with your man, it's his fault. Yes, it is. You a lie. You a lie. You gonna make it his fault.
Just
My
like
point.
you would do the same thing.
No, you wouldn't.
You would.
No, you wouldn't. The man will get his hands to.
Remember our norms, one at a time.
Next level 3. Let's take level 3, y'all. I'll start with level 3 over here. We level 3
Where was you
over here.
at? 30 minutes.
Level 3.
Here's my question.
Okay, I got one. So in Heathcliff's case, was he wrong for short selling himself?
Oh my God.
Was he wrong for short selling himself?
Hold on. Philip, get off of that. It's all about love with you.
I'm there, Jim. Let's keep it 100.
If I'm not mistaken, when Catherine was deciding whether she should marry Edgar or not, she was saying that Edgar was too good for her. So is that not her short selling herself?
Okay, but as you can tell, she went away or whatever and came back a ladylike or whatever you want to call it, and now the tables turned, right? Am I wrong? The tables turned. So in what my point of it
So then
is,
it's not always a guy short selling himself. So why are you saying
no, but 75 to 25%, it's the man short selling himself.
No, that doesn't make sense.
How am I stereotyping?
You said in your family, people, your friends that you see, because I don't see it that way.
I see it that way.
I see it.
Be honest with yourself. And be honest with yourself. In a relationship that you had, is it the man short selling? I don't deserve you. I don't really deserve you. I was you short selling yourself. Be honest.